6 months ago, the barrier to the underground was shattered, freeing the monsters from their imprisonment that's lasted generations. Although a new chapter had opened up for the monsters, this didn't mean it was going to come without its challenges. Humans, a little understandably, were skeptical since day one. After all, the knowledge of the war that imprisoned monsters, let alone a monster-human society, has been lost to time. Skepticism has quickly turned to fear. Fear of letting them reintegrate into society on the surface. That is, except for one neighborhood. One district in the city has stood tall, choosing to accept us instead of pushing us away. So monsters were granted permission to move into the neighborhood, allowing the first steps of coexisting peacefully to truly begin. The subdivision was renamed to Deltarune Lane, to signify the bond between humans and monsters. However, it's far from perfect for any of them. Monsters are barred from working or finding housing outside of Deltarune Lane. On top of this, the neighborhood itself has faced several attacks from the organization called the Human Safety Society. Monsters just don't get the same rights and privileges as humans when it comes to protections from these kinds of discrimination, and it's simply not fair. For this reason, on behalf of the monsters and humans of Deltarune Lane, we are asking for the Senate to vote in favor of giving monster civilians more protections and freedom by lifting restrictions of monster freedom across the city.
You've made some compelling arguments, Ambassador. However, you have once again failed to address the deeper concerns of the Senate.
Miss Gray, with all due respect, there's no evidence that show monsters have intentions to harm anyone, so there's no real way for us to disprove otherwise.
That doesn't address the real issue, however. If even one of your little friends were to take a human soul, they would be able to slaughter countless human lives before we could even defend ourselves.
I really don't think humans would have trouble defending themselves, considering you've won a whole war already.
So you agree that there is something that we should be prepared to defend against. And despite that, you think we should let that threat infect the entire city?
Well, I still think coexisting is very possible. It's been half a year of us living peacefully alongside humans. The only trouble we've had with humans is violence coming from the Human Safety Society.
For the last time, Ambassador, you have no proof that those people represent HSS in any way. It may be people that support HSS, but that doesn't make the organization responsible for a rogue actor's actions.
But the HSS always come to the defense of people who cause violence in their name. If the HSS isn't responsible, they could say they don't support the human.
HSS has no obligation to make any statements they're not responsible for.
Miss Gray, why is it every time I bring up HSS's possible involvement, good or bad, you brush it off?
Because every time we get one of your little reports, the Senate has to spend time and money investigating. Then, the HSS has to explain to the public why they've been hit with another baseless accusation, and nothing gets accomplished. For the sake of your argument, I'd recommend you leave them out the next time that you—
Do you have ties to the HSS, Miss Gray?
Excuse me? How would this be relevant to the conversation at hand?
It matters to me. If you have some larger biases, that would change almost everything about the argument. When you're asked if you're part of the HSS, you immediately say no. But when someone asks you if you donate to the HSS, you won't say a word, and you fight for them on every point I make. You won't even accept one invitation to Deltarune Lane to see our community. So sometimes I just don't believe you when you say you're willing to listen.
Enough! Frisk, I have done everything I can to see your side of things, and yet you arrive at this meeting more than ready to slander me for simply being skeptical. With how this meeting is going, I see no reason to continue any more today. Please leave.
But
Leave. Now!
These monsters are my family, Miss Gray, and I want my family to be happy. Wouldn't you want that if it was your family?
Oh, Frisk. Sorry, Oh. Oh no. Meeting didn't go so well? Miss Gray again?
As always.
Man, what's her deal? She's as immovable as a rock monster.
Actually, they're pretty mobile.
No way!
Yes way. I'll show you a few I met at some point. Come on, let's get out of here. We have to meet up with my mom at the school real quick.
Okay.
Alright, children, I'll see you all tomorrow. And be safe getting home now.
Hi, Miss Dreamer.
Afternoon, you two. Azrael should be on his way from his training session with Undyne and Papyrus. So, how did it go? Hey!
Azzy, hey!
Sorry I'm late. Undyne was making us play suplex tag.
No worries, Azrael. Come along now, everyone. We can take a small stop by Grillby's and head home.
Hi, Grillby. Hi, Pub.
Afternoon, kids. The usual for you?
Yes!
Hey, it coming right up. A vibrant vanilla for Azrael, a cheery chocolate for Frisk, and one sweet strawberry for Betty.
Thanks, Mr. Pub.
Sure thing. And how about some coffee for you, Miss Dreamer?
That would be splendid. Thank you.
Mr. Pub? I wasn't getting any fries.
That's for me, actually.
Hi, Sans.
Is this where you're gonna slack off? I thought you were supposed to be helping Dr. Gaster.
Relax, kiddo. I'm just taking my union-regulated break.
The union is literally only you!
Exactly. The board voted unanimously on it.
Oh, speaking of which, how did the meeting with the Senate go?
Mrs. Gray.
Oh boy, I can already tell where this is going.
The Senate is so split that her vote might as well be the only one that matters. If she doesn't vote in favor of Deltarune Lane, we're gonna be back to square one.
I don't get why you put so much effort into trying to change her mind, kid. There's gotta be other members of the Senate who'd be easier to convince than her.
It's mostly because she's such an influential person. Anyone who's still on the fence is bound to vote the same way she does. Like, when she talks, you can just kind of feel everyone nodding along to what she says. It's something that I find really cool about her, actually. As frustrating as it makes her to talk to. You know, debate clubs and all that teach a ton of the ins and outs of trying to argue and convince someone. Stay level-headed. Don't attack their views as you take them apart. But they never prepare you for when you have to debate someone so...
Frustrating.
Stubborn?
Both.
I'm sure you'll find a way to get her to understand. We just need to keep trying.
If there's anyone I know who could break through such a tough shell, it's my best friend, the incredible Mixed Frisk Dreamer.
Thanks, everyone. I have a plan. We just need to get her to come to Deltarune Lane. And I'm sure we can convince her to vote in our favor.
What if we had her stop by Mom's after-school program first?
I'd be happy to let her sit down and see one of my lessons.
And then take her here to get milkshakes. I bet seeing how Grilly's place gave Pub a job would help our case. And we could take her to Mr. Gaster to show her all the cool stuff that he's working on.
That's actually not a terrible idea. Me and the Doc have a lot of projects that could benefit both humans and monsters.
I think this is going to work. I'll tell the others right away when we're home. This can't go on any longer. I have to do something. This plan is going to work. It has to.